good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time zone it is, wherever you're in the world. It is your Lord and Saviour, and recently I have been testing the beta for a new Vampire the Masquerade video game, Vampire the Masquerade Clans of London, which you probably haven't heard about, or if you did, you've probably forgotten about it, because this was announced on the same day, or thereabouts, at PAX last year, where it was revealed that the Chinese room were doing Bloodlines 2, so it got swallowed by that fucking news, but the game was being showcased at PAX last year. Now, Vampire the Masquerade Clans of London is an online digital trading card game, where you deal out your vampire cards to take control of the board and dominate the round as Kindred with your vampires. Now, some of you may be a little concerned about this because online digital card games have a tendency to fall into a little trap with online premium currency, i.e. it's filled with microtransactions galore, it has very basic repetitive gameplay, and to speed up the process you're going to have to spend some of your hard-earned wonga. Now, I'm going to ask you, ladles and jelly spoons, to stop your worrying, because that's exactly what this game is going to turn out to be. Which I have to say is rather disappointing. So, as I'm talking to you, you're going to see some images of the game just go past my head, some screenshots. I'll also show some footage of my experience with the game on mobile device at the end of the video, and I'll also upload it as a separate video, but I'll get more onto that in a moment. So, the gameplay is fairly straightforward. You have, like, a board that represents a sort of tower, like the ivory tower, a bit of clever symbolism there, where you have 3 on one side, 3 on the other side, and the idea is not to take over as much as you can, but you have 7 rounds to accumulate as many different points as you can, and each card's worth a certain number of points, and by the end of the 7 rounds, whoever's got the most points is the winner. Pretty basic stuff. Now, you can only gain points if you have cards on your knight and a prince. I don't know, plane, field, whatever you want to call it, whatever the game fucking calls it, I've got no idea. Knights, so you put vampires or ghouls there. Some vampires summon ghouls, others don't. There's not like a dedicated ghoul card unless it's been summoned by a vampire. And you put a vampire in the prince slot, and at the end of the turn, whoever has a prince in the prince slot accumulates more points, but you also gain points if you've got cards in the knight slot, which is an interesting choice because knights aren't really included in Vampire the Masquerade at all, but it's a fairly simple process. Each card has certain blood points that are required in order to play it. So if you've got a vampire with 2 blood, it requires 2 blood to put on the field, which may make you think, okay, so there's a little tactics involved, like I have to maximise which cards I can play. Yes and no, because you may do what I tend to have done and place a load of ones with smaller blood on there and then upgrade them as the game goes on, but of course 7 rounds is not exactly a lot to do. But the game won't let you do anything. Like, it won't let you end your turn unless you've summoned a card. So you'll always have enough blood points to spend. So I'll give you an example what I've did. There was an example where I was summoning all these smaller ones, as I mentioned, and I had one that had 7 and one had 8 blood points. And I thought, well, okay, I fucked up now. I'm now going to be smacked about like a little bitch. But no, it gave me enough blood points the next turn to summon that card. So I thought, oh, okay, I thought it was going to go for, the whole V5 meta plot thing, like blood and hunting is harder, particularly in London, because the whole SI thing with the fall of London, but no, you just get the blood points back, and I thought that was a kind of a wasted opportunity, really. And I kind of feel that with this game as a whole, really. I mean, with the fucking title of this video, I'm actually going to go a step further and say that this is a fucking insult to Vampire the Masquerade, and the only reason why I'm containing my anger at this moment in time is because I don't want other strangers and dog walkers and a bunch of kiddies playing a football match to look at this fucking weirdo. But you have seen the screenshots. It's a very predictable looking game. Like, this looks like something that a bunch of people threw together in an afternoon. Right, I even showed my mother this, who has a very limited understanding of Vampire the Masquerade. I live at home and, they hear me doing stuff and talking about stuff and this, that and the other. I gave her no context. Mother, what does this look like? And she said, oh, it looks like another free card game that's filled with microtransactions, because you've probably noticed you've got two currencies. You've got the little coins with the Camarilla or the V5 Ankh on them, and you've got these diamonds, a premium currency, and you'll see you've got two different fucking Battle Royale pass sort of things, a free one and a premium one. So I showed it to my mother, and she said what she said. I said, Mum, what would I told you this was a Vampire the Masquerade game? And the dirty fucking look that she gave me when I said that. Even my mother, who is nearly 60, with the limited understanding that she has of our little nerdy culture, knew that this was disrespectful. And it is disrespectful. Supposedly, this has a rich narrative experience, and Paradox fucking love this, and it's going to enrich the Vampire the Masquerade experience a lot more. It's like, I'm sorry, like, I've played it for, I want to say a couple of hours, if I'm being fair and honest with it. There is no story. You get the tutorial and you're thrown into fucking London. And if we're going to have this whole fucking story thing, oh, it's got princes and sheriffs and whatnot. I mean, you've already seen the fucking Prince of Camden, according to them. If that was my vampire prince, I'd fucking claim praxis so fucking hard on them. Like, that does not look like a prince. It barely looks like a fucking baron. And V5 does the whole prince thing away now in London because of how bad things are in London. And also, there was never a Prince of Camden. There may have been a sheriff because London is filled with a lot of them, with how fucking huge and sprawling it is. But there is one Prince of London. It was Mithras and Queen Anne. Yeah, it's... wow. Let's actually zoom out and talk about those fucking pictures. Like, I get with, especially some of the earlier stuff with V5, there's a lot of photorealistic artwork. But Jesus fucking Christ, this is all cringe. From the fucking, well, from the screenshots I showed you, from the one with the fucking lollipop, like, why the fuck is a vampire sucking on a lollipop? To the fucking Thomas fucking Shelby knockoff Peaky Blinders piece of shit. Now, I love Peaky Blinders, it's one of my favourite TV series of all time, but even if you have a fucking lukewarm understanding of that show, the Peaky Blinders was set in Birmingham, which is in the West Midlands. It's too far away from London. Like, it's... I mean, there are bits of it where the show is in London, but no. You fucking morons. And it's not even I can blame this as an American thing. The development team for that are based in England. I'm just a bit perplexed at the artwork, and from a bit of footage I saw somebody else using, some of it is placeholder art. So it's stock photos, which you know what, fair enough, but that doesn't mean that they're entirely original. And like, there's nothing about its visual presentation that looks like Vampire the Masquerade. I mean, okay, you've got some of the key words, you've got the unks, you've got the clan symbols and whatnot, so it does like tease a little bit of Vampire the Masquerade, but it's not remotely close. It's a digital card game with a hint of Vampire the Masquerade. It's like lemon flavoured water. It's more water than it is lemon. It's more fucking microtransaction pump and dump shitfest than it is a decent fucking video game. Now granted, I haven't been able to make much use of the premium stuff, or at all really, because I can't get any because of insignificant funds. And I'm sure in the beta stage you can't actually purchase things and whatnot. So I will be returning back to this game when it's fully released on PC, because it's available via Steam and mobile devices and whatnot. So I can see just how much they're going to try and charge people to speed up the XP bonuses and premium cards and all the rest of it that you would expect. But it's absolutely fucking shameful. Far more so than Blood Hunt ever was, far more so than the V5 Subbutbook, because at least then it's doing something with the meta plot. You can say that it exists within the world of darkness. It is Vampire the Masquerade, it's just a poor interpretation of it. This isn't even fucking remotely close. Like, as I said, it's a fucking... it's an insult, really. Like, hands down, this is the worst fucking Vampire the Masquerade experience you could possibly tell. In my 2 hours, there was no story. You're just playing duels with people, and it connects you with other folks. I've seen little conversations of people on Reddit, they've made no mentioning of a story. But how does the game actually play? Well, it's alright. I mean, there's a very small essence of strategy involved, but the fact that it gives you something to do every turn sort of kind of removes the process of that, really. There is no story other than get good, build decks, take over. And of course, with all these things, those who have the time and or money, well, definitely the money, are going to be able to speed along right ahead and take advantage of their wealth. Absolutely shitting on anybody who plays the game fucking casually. It's an insult to gaming, and it's an insult to Vampire the Masquerade. And I cannot believe that people at Paradox and or World of Darkness had a look at all of this and thought, yeah, we are going to allow you to use our creative license for this. I don't get it. Oh, well, I mean, I do, I'm just avoiding it. Money! Give me fucking money, fam! I suppose if I'm exceptionally generous, they may not be including the story in the beta, they just want to see how the game fucking works. But surely if you have a fucking publisher saying that it's a rich narrative experience, or whatever the fucking wording was, surely you would want to include a little bit of that somewhere at the beginning. Or like, set it up from the process. Oh, my prince, we must conquer London. Gather your troops. Or, you know, just something surface level like that so I could at least pretend that there is some story involved. But no, just play the fucking game. Enjoy our stock art. And just to branch out a little bit, it also highlights something that I find a little frustrating with the VTM card games and board games that are out there. They all have the same purpose. You must win and take over everything and be the political mastermind and dominate everything. Now, the different games do these things differently, and admittedly, I have not played any of them, but I know a surface level understanding of each of them to know how they work and the theme that they're going with. I mean, it's pretty straightforward really, just by having a look on their Kickstarter pages and web store pages respective to each product. And that's all Clans of London is. It's a soulless, by-the-books card game with fucking Vampire the Masquerade logo and some familiar words slapped onto it. Like, it's truly mind-boggling and borderline rage-inducing just how soulless the World of Darkness has become with this. The game is filled with such rich, strong emotions. You know, it's about vampires that are soul-sucking parasites, but it has so much passion and lust and grief and just wonderful expressions that you could explore that. But no, Paradox went, make a card game, give us more money. Who is that even for? Like, it's not for fucking die-hard fans. And anybody who comes in as new, I doubt very much is going to be, oh, I really like this Vampire the Masquerade Clans of London card game. I want more of that in my life. What the fuck? Just... I don't even know what to add at this point, because it's just... It's sad too. It's just disappointing. And the really frustrating thing is, there's going to be at least 10 people who are going to justify this. Oh, this is definitely a Vampire the Masquerade experience. It's just... So to end on some decorum of positivity, because there's always going to be at least 10 people like, oh yeah, it's positive, meh. I'm positive when it's needed. I like the music. There's like 2 fucking tracks in the fucking game thus far. I don't know if they're like boss battles and something like this. That might have a different tune, but I highly doubt it. It's got like a laid-back hip-hop sort of trap sort of thing, like a moody sort of vibe. It's serviceable, yeah, but admittedly, I do think as someone who's, you know, spent a lot of their youth in London, I can imagine a soundtrack to a Vampire the Masquerade show or game with a soundtrack like that. It feels recognisable to me. Now, how much thought was put into that, I have no idea, given the fact that, as I mentioned, we have placeholder art in the game. it was probably just something that was just put in there because it was fairly cheap and straightforward. But again, I'm just making very negative bias assumptions with that. I do like the fact that, you know, despite my criticisms, it's a fairly simple system. Like, I am someone who has had a fair amount of experience with Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't play it anymore, but I've always enjoyed it from a distance. And the Pokemon trading card game, but primarily Yu-Gi-Oh! And part of the reason why I don't play that anymore is because it's just so fucking complicated. And I feel that a lot of these card games have just evolved by adding mechanics, so it becomes an unrecognisable beast to what the original fan base asked for. And I like the fact that at present this game is really simple. So I guess if you want something that's like mind-numbingly simple to do on your fucking lunch break or your journey to work or whatever, and you're in that weird niche of two very niche hobbies of Vampire the Masquerade and online card games, then the Clans of London may be your cup of tea. However, given that a lot more of these games have a lot more strategy and mechanics to them, this may be a bit too simple to those who just enjoy online card games and want something else, you know, to spice up their online life and throw their money at because they've got no sense of integrity, dignity, or have poor impulse control. Oh look, I'm being negative again. So to wrap things up, I would like you to do two things for me. First of all, tell me all the things you feel about this game. Good, bad, and indifferent. Leave them all in the comments below. Just get it all out for the world to see. The second thing I would like you to do is to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who would love what I do. And I'll see you on the next upload, whatever that may well be for you. And that video is probably going to be my playthrough of this game. I'm going to slap it on the end of this video if you don't want to fucking watch it twice, but if you do, great, or you, I don't know, might fucking miss this one altogether. Just a little disclaimer about that one. It's about 20 minutes long, so this is why the video is as long as it is. And it's really in two parts. The first part runs really fucking smoothly, and the second part is a bit fucking choppy for whatever reason. That could be because I was recording it on my phone, and so it was just, I don't know. But I am actually grateful that despite having a slightly older phone, it does run pretty smoothly, but it's just when I start recording it, things just got to be a bit fucking weird. Also, there is no audio from the game itself, because for whatever reason I can't record audio when I'm screen capturing things. I think it's to do with the type of phone that I have. Could be the app, but it would have been nice if I was able to do that to show the game in its full. It would also be nice if the beta testing was available for PC. Given how fucking straightforward and simple this is, I've got no idea why they're struggling so much to make it work on PC for users at the moment, but hey, fucking ho. So, give me your thoughts in the opinion below, share, like, and subscribe and all that shit. But if you would like to experience a tabletop role-playing game, go and purchase the books in the description below. You do that, I get some of the money back because I'm an affiliate on Drive4RPG, and I can actually provide you some content that's actually worth spending your time and money on. You get books, I get a bit of money and books to do all these cool shit for you, which is a fucking amazing thing, really. Now, if you're going through that list and you realise, oh shit, I've got all these books already, find the affiliate code in the description, copy and paste that into the URL of any book that you're looking on Drive4RPG or its sister sites, add it to your basket, BAM! That's a really fucking helpful way to help me do the cool shit that you love watching. So, without further ado, here's some very interesting, captivating, riveting, narrative and focused, intense extravaganza of gaming experience. Until next time, farewell, and I'm sorry. Bye.